And I'm not judging any brother out there. I'm not judging any biracial relationship, because anybody have free will to date or be with anybody they want to. They have free will to do that. I'm not here to judge that, you know. But my thing is, with the biracial relationships, with these, if you decide to date a sister or a brother, or have some respect for our culture. You want to date a sister or a brother because of lustful reasons. Oh, he got a fat ass, or oh, he 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 fuck good, or he got a lustful reasons, right? Weird shit that a lot of these biracial, like a lot of these how these racist human beings or whatever they be having in their mind going on, like these other races, like I said, as far as dating our people. And it's funny to me because not all of them, I'm not talking about the high vibrational human beings. I'm only talking about these races who be out here wanting to date our brother, like our sisters, our brothers. And that's like, from what I see, like these Caucasians, like like a Caucasian male or whatever, right? He want to date a black sister out here because of lustful desires. Oh, she thick, or oh, I want to fuck with her, or vice versa. These Caucasian women want to date our men because they know we sex better. They know different reasons why, as far as them having lustful desires, weird fucking intentions on why. But the whole time they're racist. Like, they have some ill intention. Like, their father could be racist, our mother could be racist, our whole family could be racist towards a black man, right? But it's weird to me because it even stems back to slavery days, when our people was enslaved, when the slave master used to go out and rape our women and rape our men and the children, and even vice versa, where the women used to go out and try to suck the man up and do different things behind the scene, weird ass shit like that. It all stems to that, and all of this Willie Lynch shit that is tied to within the the slavery days and times when our people was chained, even though they still have us enslaved and oppressed today, but they freed us of their hands. So mentally they're enslaving us, but back then they physically had us enslaved, physically, mentally, and spiritually had us enchained and enslaved. But now it's all mentally, keep us slaving for their systems, building their corporations up and staying in that loop, that cycle, right? But I just find it so fucking disrespectful how they be wanting, like these other races be quick to want to date our people, or I want a sister, or vice versa, or if a white woman, or I want a brother. But you disrespect our culture though. Have some respect for our culture. Have some respect for our culture if you're gonna do that. Like, and I'm not judging a brother or a sister who decides to go date outside of their race. You have free will to do that. But at the end of the day, like, it's just about having respect for our culture, our people, and realizing that the black woman is God, realizing that everything stems from the black and Latino man and woman of this planet, the aboriginals and indigenous, and the fact that every other race literally be trying to downplay us, talk down on our people, act like we ain't shit, and treat us like we ain't shit here in America. But every race want to be us, want to copy our slang, want to copy our style, want to dress like us. Even rich kids, even these kids who got parents who got parents who took care of them, been spoon-fed their whole life, lived in the suburbs, and had rich parents. Where you think they got all their wealth from? Their grandparents, their grandmother. Where you think they stole all that from? They stole everything from our ancestors, But y'all will look down upon our people and judge our people, but then you go and look up to these rappers, these African American brothers, these sellout rappers who sold out to the white man so that they can make money to push an agenda over our people, to keep our people minds distorted, basically. Y'all look up to these rappers and shit like that and want to be like them because y'all idolize them and shit like that. But it's just like your parents don't acknowledge that you doing these things, and you know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, these kids, white kids' parents, and these Caucasian mothers, fathers that's racist, they don't acknowledge that they kids looking up to these different rappers and artists, Lil Baby, all these different artists that's pushing that agenda over the masses and stuff like that. Not just Lil Baby, I'm talking about all of them that's pushing that, low vibrational music or drill music. It don't matter who it is, whoever's pushing low frequencies, and most of them who tied to that industry, that's their agenda, to do that so that they can get paid. That's basically their whole job, is to push black on black violence, degrading our black women, and they're getting paid to do it. And it all really be just the image at the end of the day. But anciently, man, if you look at how music was created and how it came about, we was never degrading our people. You even go back to the early times in the 80s, the 90s. You had Queen Latifah. You know, you had MC Light. You had goddesses that carried themselves way differently. Even when they created their music, they didn't have to show their titties. They didn't have to show their ass. All they got on there and did was show they gifts, they talents, they showcase their talents and let that speak for them. They didn't have to show their ass and titties to get seen. Now you got Sexy Red, all these different women, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, I can go on and on. All these different women now that's in the game, and that's no disrespect to them, but the way that they have to get attention is by showing their titties, showing their ass, and pushing that certain shit out there for these other races to look down upon our people, to think that that's all we about anyway. But anciently, we didn't carry ourselves like that. And then even down to the artists, like the male artists, you had Ice, you had LL Cool J, you had your early artists that really had that really rap with a meaning, and it wasn't about black on black violence and us killing our people. It was always a message in there, or like artists that push positivity and consciousness amongst our community. But now we got all this bullshit that's being pushed on our radio stations, so it basically is all to make our people look bad and to make us look like we ain't shit, and to distort our whole culture. And now we're getting back to the times where the frequencies is changing on this planet, and the culture must be respected. The black and Latino man and woman must be respected, and that's all I gotta say on that. But now we rise, family. Like I always tell y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. Divine Intellect signing out. Ashe, Ashe.